Welcome back to Spider-Man 2, the Let's Play, here with a special guest commentator once again.
SpiderHyphenMan.
This is me, realizing I was on the wrong side of the top of the Daily Bugle.
Better change while no one is around.
Hi, Pete. You're looking a little down. Girl trouble?
Huh? Something like that.
Parker!
I'm right here, Mr. Jameson.
Don't just stand there with your mouth hanging open. Becca's having a news conference, and I need a photographer down there.
Another one? But didn't Spider-Man pass his tests?
They were rigged. Get down there now.
What do you think Beck's got this time?
Who knows? He's a little loopy, right? Hollywood types.
People of New York, I am Mysterio. I am determined that your planet is ripe for conquest.
Mysterio?
Now I've seen everything.
And do not mock me, Curious Thing. Your fate is sealed.
Run for your lives!
Run for it!
Okay, I guess I better get
Come back to Spidey not having a damn clue any of that happened. I love that.
I just noticed that the M on Mysterio's cloak, it brings to mind a costume Magneto wore for a little while until the artists realized nobody liked it.
Well, that's why they put it on an alien, of course. An alien with the greatest 1950s B-movie soundtrack in existence. Oh, I love that. Yeah, Mysterio in this game is exceptional. It completely changes, well, the personality of the character isn't changed from the one in the comics, but the overall idea of him being an alien from outer space from a 1950s B movie is just absolutely exceptional. Like, I can't believe I missed this. Yeah, it took me 2 tries.
Yeah, in the comics and the animated series, his persona, if you will, is more of that of a sorcerer.
Yeah, a little bit. Yeah, it's more like a magician, but like
I do like that the sign...
A fireball magician.
I do like that sign said the Inferno, because everything's fire. Nice touch.
Help!
Okay, I'll bite. How did the fishbowl get stuck on your head?
Insolent human, you are no match for the power of Mysterio.
Mysterio? I think I had a bowl of Mysterios for breakfast.
I'm not going to make it!
I'm slipping!
Now, before we get into the overall character of Mysterio and why he's so awesome and why this idea is awesome, let me just state that I'm terrible in this section. There's no health
This section.
So, the damage that you take from this is going to continue on to the next part. And the only way to ever actually refill your health bar, believe me, I cut out all the footage of me attempting to find a store that was open, is die. That's it. Let's see, I fell into the fire. I got shot to death by the weird alien UFO things. I dropped one of the civilians into the fire. That was nice. Yeah. So luckily I cut most of that out, so you guys didn't actually have to watch that. But yeah. So Mysterio is actually quite awesome in this. The lines that he delivers are awesome, including a nice Evil Dead reference. Or no, not Evil Dead. That's The Day the Earth Stood Still.
I mean, it's true that with a lot of this game, they stuck to the established personas of the characters. Rhino being big dumb guy. There's another new villain we haven't seen yet who also is basically the same as he is in the comics. But with Mysterio, they decided, you know what? Let's do something interesting.
It reminds me a lot of not Enter the Matrix, the second one where they formed the giant agent super thing, and they had the Wachowskis come out and break the fourth wall at the end of the game because they were like, we wanted something that would be like a video game boss fight, and Matrix didn't have any, so we made up our own.
I guess it is like that, in that they decided, you know what, even though this is based on a movie, obviously with a comic-based movie, with a movie based on a comic book movie, you're going to, it's tradition to have other villains besides the one.
Well, they had already established it very nice by having Black Cat show up, and Rhino was never remotely involved in the movies. So after you have all this, and Black Cat starts taking you out a little bit away from the story of the movie, now Mysterio just shows up and says, no, fuck it, this is a video game. We're gonna have a video game boss fight. Actually, speaking of that, the weird thing I noticed about this chapter is, doesn't actually really have a boss fight, per se.
I need not soil my hands with a
Mysterio, it's not really too much of a spoiler, Mysterio gets away.
Mysterio's more... I was thinking about this the other night. Well, because, you know, how I spend my New Year's Eve thinking about B-list Spider-Man villains. But,
yeah, of course.
God damn it. Mysterio's more of a Batman villain in that he focuses more on the mental and taxing Spider-Man's mental endurance rather than...
I'd just like to point out right here...
Futile gesture, Spider-Human. Even as we speak, my armada is advancing on your city. Our first target will be your Statue of Liberty. You have no chance to survive.
I can't believe there was an All Your Base reference in a video game. It came out years after that did.
It was 2004.
If he's attacking Lady Liberty, I'd better
I
go
skipped
in a hurry.
all of this. It's literally swing halfway down. It's all the way down the island.
Man, you
will notice I have one hit left. I survived all of that with one hit. I was quite impressed with myself.
Man, you die from fall damage.
A UFO invasion. Right.
So, here's the thing about all of this. If I've shown off the previous boat missions yet, I don't think I have.
No, you have not.
I'm terrible with the water. For whatever reason, I have no ability to actually swing through it.
Well,
So I thought it was okay, because I have all these UFOs to swing from.
better figure out some way to get Lady Liberty back to her old self. It looks like that flying thing.
Dude,
above the
everyone had
statue
trouble
might
with the
be
bow
source of
missions.
the
Everyone hated the bow missions. Everyone hated going above the water.
Well, that's fine, but the problem with that is now I am literally over the water with nothing else but these UFOs to keep me alive and not have to swim all the way back. And this part, I've still yet to actually figure out exactly what went wrong, because I can't find the next UFOs, even after rewatching these. I have no idea where I'm actually supposed to swing to.
Right there. I'm pointing.
And I fall. Fail miserably.
I need to be more careful.
The good news,
Definitely
here's take two. Right back exactly to where I was the first time. And, yeah. And this one was, yeah, I'm sorry.
Damn it.
No, I finally made it! And
Hold on, this is my favorite part. This is my
Giant
favorite part.
And I missed them all.
It's protected by some kind of shield. That brain seems like
But, luckily, they popped me back.
You took damage to save time.
giant brain.
This is a speedrun
By
LP.
some kind of shield. That
The game
brain
literally
seems like
decided that it was sick and tired of having me do that portion over it again. It was just like, man, no, you're close enough.
Seems
Now
kind
you
of
get
obvious to go after
to
the
spend
giant
time completely
Mysterio
being
sure is
terrible at
protecting
another
you.
portion.
For like the first couple seconds, I couldn't figure out exactly what the hell to do, and I didn't understand how I was supposed to get up to the orbs. I didn't think you could actually attach your web to that support structure that's actually attaching all the orbs together. Plus, I wanted to show off the island because I thought it was legitimately cool. It's the first time I actually get to see that it's here.
So that I can enslave them all.
Good job, Talk. Best voice clip in the entire game.
Yeah.
Right there.
Here's what I like about this system, and what I realized after I finally got the hang of things, is that if you have the orb targeted and you start initiating an attack combo, Spidey kind of flies over. He flies over to the orb to make sure that you're in distance of the punch. But, yeah, talk about how awesome Mysterio is and how much of a loser he is, not only in this, but in the comics, too.
I mean, the thing with Mysterio is that you'd think he'd be like a person who only worked once. It would be, like, because of Spider-Man's Spider Sense, the big thing is, oh, he just relies on his Spider Sense to see what's real and what isn't real.
Yeah.
But, the thing with Mysterio is that he keeps trying new things. He'll pretend to be a psychiatrist. He'll shrinks, in one of my favorite stories, he shrinks Spider-Man down
to 6 inches tall.
Oh, and sticks him in an amusement park of death. And I absolutely love it.
It's such a crazy idea that it might as well have been like from Silver Age Superman.
I mean,
but it works apparently. That's what I dig about this guy, is that like the character doesn't give a shit that he constantly just gets completely owned by Spider-Man, and every time he meets him, he always comes back for another round until the end of his run. Which I was reading about in the wiki article for him.
Let me discuss this.
Fair enough.
Eventually, Mysterio gets sick of Spider-Man and says, you know what? Maybe attacking someone who has a sixth sense, which enables them to tell illusion from reality, isn't the best of ideas.
So he decides to...
So he decides to change his target to Daredevil. And, which is, you know, ironic because Daredevil's blind. And it's kind of really stupid. So, after Mysterio inevitably
gets...
gets...
showing off that you can not only walk on this, but how cool the model is of the statue of Mysterio.
It really is fucking awesome. And then... After Mysterio attempts to drive Daredevil insane by ruining every aspect of his life, Daredevil eventually wins, you know, gets his second win as a hero, draws inspiration from his loved ones, blah blah blah, and Mysterio's just like, fuck this shit, kill me now, and Daredevil's like, no, instead I'm just going to berate you and tell you how fucking stupid the entire concept of your character is.
I like the line where essentially they were like, you've never had an original thought in your entire life.
Everything you did, even trying to drive me insane by ruining my life. The Kingpin already tried that back in the only really good story Frank Miller ever wrote.
Ooh.
And...
that's some nerd fighting words right there.
You heard me. You fucking heard me. And, And Mysterio's just like, you know what, you're right, and now I'm going to steal an idea from Kraven the Hunter, and he blows his fucking brains out.
So, and they've kept it, like, that's still canon. Mysterio, as it stands right now, is still dead in the comics. So I finally got all these orbs, and I was like, yeah, awesome, how the hell do I get up to the brain? And I fall onto the invisible force field.
Actually, Mysterio came back from the depths of hell with half his head missing.
That's true, yes. He did come back once.
I'm so sorry to tell you this.
No, it's on the wiki page. I saw the picture is actually quite cool. Like, it looks like his head is a jigsaw painting or something.
Well, cool in that it's incredibly stupid.
Well, so are all the comic book issues that he's always in. I've come back from hell to act my revenge on the Bullet. I still can't believe, yeah, so, of course it takes me forever, so now I have to go back through and punch all of the orbs again with my super special Spidey flying. I finally got up there, I was like, oh, what's it look like up there? Giant blade, okay, good to know.
It's a good thing this isn't a mission for, somebody like Electro or Rhino, because then we'd have fuck all to talk about.
I was thinking about that. I was like looking up all the people on Wiki, and I was like, I really don't want to talk about Rhino for a half hour. But I love this whole part. This is possibly the most creative idea for a boss fight I've ever seen in my entire life.
Nah.
All right,
I mean,
in comic book video games.
Nah. But yeah, if you want, comparing Spider-Man and Batman villains is something that's been done for a long time, and I guess this guy's closest analog would be Scarecrow or maybe Mad Hatter.
Yeah, well, Scarecrow, I guess a little bit. Well, no, Mad Hatter would be actually quite appropriate, because Mad Hatter doesn't do shit. Scarecrow is actually legitimately creepy. So I finally got all the orbs. Again, still get hit by the blade, because why not? Only to find out this brain is ridiculously easy to fight.
It seems you're a more formidable opponent than I've given you credit for. I will have to deal with you personally. Come to my hidden fortress. There, I will defeat you once and for all.
UFOs? Hidden fortress? Give me a break. This guy's watching way too much late-night TV. Now, how do I get back from here? Hey, buddy. Can you give me a lift? I left my wallet in my other costume.
So I cut all of that out, because it's literally going back out to, I think, somewhere close to Midtown. You're going back to Mysterio's hidden fortress, and Mysterio's hidden fortress is actually just a apartment window.
Wow. Mysterio's hidden fortress looks just like an apartment.
Where he then plays his theme song over the record player. I love this part. It's so exactly what Mysterio would do. Like, he was looking for an entrance, and he was like, oh,
I love this.
Yeah.
A hidden door concealed by a bookcase? Mysterio, you brilliant fiend! Well, I guess I'd better check it out. Glad no one was around to see that. Where the heck am I?
Welcome, Spider-Man. So glad you could drop in.
Hey, it's Mysterio. The cliché who walks like a man.
Silence. Prepare to meet your end in my Funhouse of Doom.
Funhouse of Doom? I thought you were an alien.
Silence. As I was saying, even as we speak, I am watching you from my hidden control room. Perhaps you can find me, if you survive. Let's begin now, shall we? Let me introduce you to my friend, Mr. Hoppen. Such a cheerful fellow, isn't he? You'll soon discover that he's quite the cut-up.
Ugh. And I thought my jokes were bad. Okay, Mr. Hoppen.
So now Mysterio is now the Joker from the animated series.
When I hit him, he bounces right back at me. I'd better be
I never
careful.
was supposed to figure out if, like, these
Coming
things
at
were
ya.
supposed to be difficult or not.
Turn it up a
Like, you can still fight them normally. There's no problem.
Please come inside and discover the horrors that await you.
I love this little mini set, too. I thought it was quite cute.
Whoa.
It's
There's a
not-
surprise inside. Okay, that's only fun once.
I go back 4 more times, naturally.
The background isn't even a background.
Yeah.
It isn't even like the background. It's just a painting.
Look at this place. Let me guess, you're trying to make the cover of Supervillain Decorator Monthly, right, Mysterio? Okay, I've been flipped off before, but never quite like that. What is going on? It's so strange. Everything is upside down. What's going on? Say goodnight, Gracie.
Well, if you want like a serious answer to your question, I could say that Spider-Man's sticking to walls can only be activated consciously, and it's possible that he was taken by surprise of the stupidity of the room rotating.
Things wobble, but they,
It's the only thing I can think of. He's got Spidey sense, he's got the Spidey barbs. I don't know what you want to call them. There's no reason he should have fallen off of that thing, and yet I guess they just did it because it was funny. Which you can't really fault him for. These things are surprisingly difficult to fight, not necessarily because they're hard, but because they take a ton of hits for being a punching bag.
Those things will wreck you in arena mode.
Oh,
maybe I can
figures.
actually counter.
Well, you can clearly tell because I had a half a bar health, and now I'm almost down to nothing.
God damn arena mode.
Ugh. In case you haven't noticed, yes, they are resistant to webs, so pretty much your only option is just punch them.
Crazed axe-wielding clowns?
You're doing rather
Nightmares,
well, aren't
sure.
you? Still, your run of luck can't last forever. How much longer before my traps bring you down, Spider-Man?
The only thing bringing me down is your crummy attitude, sourpuss.
I'm so grateful for that help. I was like, oh, thank you.
Back to normal at last. Looks like that chute is my only way down. Ready or not, Mysterio, here I come. I think I've lost some weight. Okay, fun time is over. I need to figure out how to get out of here so I can find Mysterio and knock some sense into that domed head of his. What was that?
Now, prepare to meet the most dangerous adversary, yourself.
I hate these guys. They're jerks.
Now that we've explained the gameplay mechanic of fighting them,
Hey, Mysterio!
let's talk about my favorite Mysterio interpretation, which was done in the absolutely fantastic series Spectacular Spider-Man. He's portrayed as a sorcerer, and all of his incantations are in Latin, and all of them are MC Hammer lyrics.
No, seriously.
MC Hammer lyrics in Latin. That's perfect. That's utterly perfect. So here's the trick to this whole thing. You're supposed to ignore these guys. I didn't remember this. So I spent all this time trying to fight these guys, only to realize right about now, oh, you can blow up the mirrors. Got it. Only to realize there's about 30 mirrors in this entire room. I hate the web hurts you for these. That doesn't make any sense, and it annoys me.
Impact webbing.
David Copperfield bite you as a kid, Mysterio?
So, cue me attempting to go around and fight not only them, but the mirrors too, which was dumb. That misses me just barely. It's,
Soon I'm reaching this whole city to mine with.
I need to hurry. It's only a matter of time
Mainly
before this
me.
crackpot actually hurts someone.
Like, I was doing alright for a while, and then they just started ganging up on me, and it was like, I couldn't decide, should I go after them? Should I go after the mirrors? Obviously, you're supposed to go after the mirrors. I love he literally runs me into the broken mirrors, and then I got web-slinged from Marvel vs. Capcom 2. That was nice. So, here's me finally finishing.
Looks like I found the exit. Finally. A hologram. Why should I be surprised?
You may have foiled my plans this time, Spider-Man, but I'll be back. I promise you that.
Heard it before.
And that's it.
About 1,000,000.
That's the chapter.
Well,
You fight all of these spider clones, you go through all this expecting to have to fight the boss, and...
nope.
Nope, that's it. And the exit is right...
How does the door work?
Yeah. And then you exit right back out into his apartment.
The greatest illusion of all.
Then I can't get out the window. That's it. That's the chapter.
If I never see another carnival as long as I live, it'll be too soon. I wonder where
It's a
Mysterio
valid question.
got to.
So, thank you, SpiderHyphenMan, for joining me once again, because next chapter we're getting back onto the movie plot.
No.
I know, I was bummed too.
You're welcome.